it comes here, it will complete a motion. So I told you, whenever a bulb is moving in this motion, it is known as oscillation. So once it completes one oscillation, that is known as your time period. So once it is able to complete one oscillation, it's known as time period, and it is usually denoted by sign capital T. So same concept was used in the mechanical clocks, which were later on developed. So it was also known as a pendulum clock. So you have seen those kind of clock. So it usually looks like the clock which we have these days. So suppose if this is a clock, then at the bottom they have a pendulum. So according to this motion of the pendulum, the arms of this clock is able to move. So once it completes one oscillation, from here to here, once it completes the motion, one arm is moving an inch. So that's how this mechanical concept of mechanical clock, it starts coming out. Then after this discovery of this pendulum clock, then many different clocks it came. Okay, so after that there were some atomic clock which were more accurate than this. Okay, so this pendulum clock also, they had some error. That means they used to have some mistakes with this clock. But after this it came atomic clock, which was more accurate than this pendulum clock, but it also had some mistakes. Then after that, after this atomic clock, the digital clock, it start coming. Now digital clocks are those clock where you can see the numbers and all. So instead of the motion of the clock, you have digital clocks, like most of you in your mobile phone, it is able to show the time. So that is an example of digital clock. So the digital clock doesn't show the motion of the arms, so it just shows you the time out here. So those time, they have some mechanical wiring inside it, some softwares are present inside it, which gives us the accurate timing. So like digital clock was one of the most accurate clock. Then time is usually measured by an unit. Like for weight we have, for mass we have kg. For time, it is measured by a unit known as second, smallest unit, and it is denoted by small s. So that's how the history of clock was, and that's how the digital clock which we have right now was developed. So we discussed the brief history about that clock. Now we are going to see some of the units. So 60 second. So this one you should remember, 60 second is equal to 1 minute. 1 minute. So 60 minute is equal to 1 hour. 1 hour. Then 24 hour is equal to 1 day. 365 day is equal to 1 year. 10 year is equal to 1 decade. So 10 decades is equal to 1 century, and 10 century is your 1 millennium. So these are some of the unit which you need to discover. So now we will be discussing some of the motion. So motion is the movement. So we discussed about time. Now we need to discuss about the motion. So motion can be either slow or fast. So whenever you are crossing a road, suppose you are there in Siliguri and you have to cross a traffic road, by seeing the motion of the car, you are able to calculate in your mind whether you should cross the road or not. Suppose a slow car is crossing the road, your mind is able to calculate the speed of the car, and because of that you feel that I can cross the road, then you cross the road. But suppose a very fast car is coming at the very high speed, your mind is able to calculate the speed, and it says your body that you shouldn't cross the road because it might be fatal. So this kind of calculation is done in your mind, which is done naturally, but there is a formula with the help of which you can also calculate this kind of things. So for that we will be using a simple formula, that is speed, distance and time formula. So the formula is speed is equal to distance by time. So the speed, in order to determine speed, we need to see how much distance you can cover in small amount of time. So with the help of this, you will be able to calculate the speed. And suppose if you have to calculate distance, and if speed and time is given to you, you can calculate the distance. And suppose if you have to calculate time, if speed and distance is given, you can calculate the time. So it's a very important formula. So suppose if a bike is moving, if a bike travel 8,400 meters in 12 seconds, if we have to calculate the speed, how will we calculate? So let us see. Distance is 8,400 meter. Time taken is 1200 seconds. So we have to calculate speed. The speed is equal to distance by time. So just according to the formula, just write the number 12, 7 is 84. So speed is equal to 7 meter per second. So if a bike is traveling a distance of 8,400 meter and the time taken by that bike is 1200 seconds, the speed with the help of which that bike is moving will be 7 meter per second. So with the help of this, you are able to calculate the speed. So inside the car, you have those thing near the steerings where it will show you the speed. So that instrument is known as your speedometer. Now we'll be studying a very important topic, that is uniform and non-uniform motion. Suppose if you are running and you don't know the speed, but you have milestone in the road. So you, in 1 hour, if you are covering 5 in 1 hour you are covering 5 kilometer. If you are moving in a uniform motion, that means if you are moving at an exact same speed, then in 2 hours how much kilometer will you cover? 10 kilometer. In 3 hours you will be covering 15 kilometer. So you can see that in each hour you will be covering 5 kilometer. So this gives rise to uniform and uniform motion. Like in 1 hour you are exactly covering 5 kilometer. 1 hour, another hour you are going covering 5 kilometers. So this kind of motion is known as your uniform motion. And another one is that suppose you in 1 hour again you are running, but this time in 1 hour suppose you are covering 3 kilometer, and in 2 hours the expected time should be 6 kilometer, but you are covering 5 kilometer. In 3 hours you are covering 9 kilometer. So this is not in a sequence. So this kind of motion is known as your non-uniform motion. Now if this kind of things are shown in a graph, so we all know a graph, how a graph paper look like. So in graph paper, if we have to show this, if this plotting is showed in a graph paper, we need to draw two axes, that is the x-axis and y-axis. Suppose if x-axis is showing us the time and the y-axis is showing us the distance. So if I'm plotting this, how much will I get? Okay, if I try to plot it, distance I will be taking 5, 10, 15. Time will be 1 2 3. So in 1 hour I'll be covering 5 kilometer, in 2 hour 10 kilometer, 3 hour 15 kilometer. So if it goes on and on, for uniform motion the graph would be coming somewhat like this, straight line from the origin. But for non-uniform motion I'll not do exactly for this, but I'll try to show it. But for non-uniform motion, instead of this kind of line, some crooked line is obtained. So some crooked line, somewhat like this, crooked lines are obtained, which proves that it is a non-uniform motion. So with this we will be ending the chapter, and later on I'll be sending you your home assignment. Thank you.